I'm outside at our new house in our backyard. We finally have grass. It is a long story. It's been a while since I have filmed anything. Last August, I think, is my last video, and a lot has happened since then. We started into the school year and things just got crazy, and then, you know, I wanted to film stuff, but I always had an excuse, and I just didn't want to be brave. And you know, when you're trying to do something good, then opposition follows, and I just battle self-confidence and self-worth, and it's just scary for me to be on camera. And also, just, I always have somebody around. You can give me kisses? Thanks, buddy. And so, I am never alone. In November, we found a house. Then we went off to Georgia, enjoyed our time with family for Thanksgiving, and it was a road trip with 4 kids on the road for 3 days there and 3 days back, and it was a long trip. We were getting ready to buy our home. We are still in Utah, it's just an hour north of Salt Lake. Closing went well, everything went smooth, and we started packing. We had Christmas. We got our new carpets installed before Christmas. We were excited about that. So then after Christmas, we started packing, getting ready to go and move. We even hired movers and thought this was going to be easy breezy, and it ended up not being so easy breezy. Like, we have moved a lot, but this time was more difficult because we didn't have any family that was helping us. It was kind of all on our own, which is the reason why we hired movers, is because we were doing this on our own. And we thankfully had some great neighbors that we've made really good friends with. They helped us move, and I'm so glad about that, because our movers ended up sucking really bad. The weekend that we moved, we had some issues with our furnace. It wasn't working properly, and so we had someone come look at it, and then we had another person look at it and realized that we're probably gonna have to replace our furnace. We couldn't use the furnace that weekend. It wasn't gonna be done because it was New Year's weekend, and we couldn't get anything done till Monday. So we ended up moving into a cold home in January with no heat. So we all bunkered down in the basement, and our neighbors stepped up to the plate, and they brought space heaters for us to use. So we all bunked down in one room where we could close the door and have all the heat in one room so we could at least sleep. And then during the day, it was just so cold, I didn't even unpack the whole weekend. I think I cried a lot. I cried a lot. One, because I was just missing the friends we made, and just second guessing all of the things that we were doing. Like, why are we moving? We were, you know, excited to be in a house and not rent anymore, but it was just, I wasn't looking forward to fixing up another house. Like, we've done that. In my mind, I wanted to move into a brand new home, and it wasn't happening, and I think I was getting kind of stuck on that. So I had to make peace that we were in the right home at the right time for our family, and it was going to be quite the adventure. So we moved in with no heat, and it's like 30 to 40 degrees in our home, and so we were just sitting by space heaters making it work. And then finally on Monday, we get our heater fixed. We finally get warm and cozy. I'm taking a shower, I get cleaned up, I'm putting lotion on, and Paul, my husband, he runs into the room and like, grab buckets, grab towels. And I'm like, oh my gosh, no. So then I rush and grab everything. We go downstairs, and there is our drain in our furnace room is backed up. The water softener is regenerating, and it was backing up into, and so our brand new carpet was getting wet, and we were trying to turn off the water softener, and we couldn't just figure it out. We called a 24/7 plumber to come help us out, and it was just a big ordeal, and we just didn't know what we were doing. We've never dealt with flooding. It could have been worse. It's a good thing Paul caught it when he did. As soon as things go smooth, it's like something else happens. And it's just been like the story of the last 4 months of living in this house. Several plumbers come out. I think we talked to our home warranty, home insurance. Like we're just making all these calls and figuring out what to do. And the owner of the people who did our carpets, he is amazing, and he helped us learn how to do things on our own with flooding issues and renting dryers, which is a good point because that will come later with that knowledge instead of hiring a company to come dry it for us. So long story short, we end up having the right plumber come that was doing our sink. He had unclogged the drain and got it working, but we are still afraid to use the water softener. It was garbage anyway, so we haven't been using it. We're fine without it. Our carpets are dried out and everything was good. And then the next thing we noticed is our dishwasher wasn't draining properly. So we're like, what's going on with that? And so we decide, oh, well, let's go ahead and just replace it. It's kind of old and yucky anyway, so let's just go ahead and replace our dishwasher. So we do that. The day before we get it installed, Paul decides to uninstall the old one. I take a little trip to the grocery store, and I come home, and it's like panic. A neighbor had come over. There was water coming out of the light fixtures downstairs. I guess what happened is that when he was taking off, the valve was broken when we were uninstalling the dishwasher, and scalding hot water just started blasting out, and one of our kids had to run across the street to our neighbor, get his help. He came over, turned off the water the water main valve was broken, so he had to go to the water heater and turn that off. And so it's just amazing that Paul didn't get burnt because he was standing in scalding hot water. And we ended up having to dry that carpet again down in the basement and change out some light fixtures and dry everything out. And then we found out that our dishwasher, we got that uninstalled, and then we figured out the draining problem was because there wasn't the hole punched in the new garbage disposal. So that all got fixed and everything was good. And so it's like, okay, now we can breathe a little bit. And during all this, while we had all this, I decided to paint the living room. So we're not even unpacked, and I'm painting the living room and putting up artwork. I just wanted some sort of peace in our house. And so I'm painting, and it's just, there's stuff everywhere. It's just like, it took us like 3 days to get stuff, like dealing with all of this. And then we had like 3 days trying to get everything out of our old home. It's amazing how we got through that. And then everything was good. You know, we got the heat working, the dishwasher working, we got the water main valve fixed, everything was good. And then we decided, you know what, let's just rip up the kitchen. So we're taking down all the kitchen cabinets, and we decide to just, let's renovate our kitchen. And it ended up being just like gutting it. And we wanted to film us doing this kitchen, but it's been like it's been 3.5 months. I was even doing dishes in the bathtub for a month. It has been it's been something, that's for sure. And also during this, we decided to also do our yard. So we did our sprinkler system. We did sod, and we finally have grass, and we're finishing up our kitchen. It's almost there. So I will show pictures. I'm gonna have my awesome editor of a husband show all these pictures of what we've been up to with our kitchen renovation from beginning to end. And we thought we could hire people. But when you're working with a budget, you can't hire people. I shopped around for cabinets, and we decided to go with Home Depot, and I found some there, and we installed them ourselves, and we've just done everything ourselves to just try to stretch every little penny. It's actually turning out pretty good. I'm pretty proud of ourselves. I am pretty proud of Paul because he's learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. We've been working together. We've had a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this project, for sure. So we're finishing the backsplash. We were going to hire somebody to do the tile, but you know what? If we're gonna do it ourselves, might as well do it all the way. So now we're just doing some shiplap, and we will show footage of that. I think as we're working on our house, I'm loving our home. I'm loving our yard. I'm loving our backyard. Sometimes I get down. I think it's just when I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I just get down sometimes. I think we all do, wanting something that we don't have. I think one of the best things is just taking a moment to be grateful for what you have. Another thing that I've been up to is just chasing my 2-year-old around, and of course homeschooling. You know, amongst all this, I have been homeschooling. We've been doing our math, language arts, and reading, and all of the things. So that's what we've been up to, and I am going to do better in filming on my channel because I really want to be brave and do good. Oh, and the other reason why I want to do more on my channel is because a friend reached out to me and she saw one of my videos. Like, this is a long lost not long lost, but a childhood friend that I haven't talked to in years, and she reached out to me and she was inspired by my videos. And so it's like, well, if I'm helping one person, then maybe there's more people that I can help, that, you know, even when life is crazy, you're doing projects and you got busy kids, and like, you can still help somebody out. And I feel like now is a time for kids to come home and be homeschooled, and I want to help anyone I can in their journey of homeschool so they can have the self-confidence. As I power through my self-confidence and self-worth, I can help others to do the same. And so this is me being brave. Okay, maybe I should show you what's going on here.
Mom, what is this? Mom, what is this?
Oh, wow, buddy. Cool, dude.
Mom, what is this?